Pros see these mistakes every single day. And you know what they do? They chuckle because they know exactly what's coming for you. If you're still doing any of these 23 things in 2026, you're not riding a motorcycle. You're handing fate your keys and asking it to collect. Don't say we didn't warn you. This isn't theory. This isn't some safety course checklist you ignore. This is the brutal difference between riders who make it home and donors who become statistics while the rest of us shake our heads. Most of you watching this are guilty of at least 2 of these. And the worst part? You don't even know which ones yet. We're about to separate the real riders from the posers who are one bad decision away from proving Darwin right. Let's start with the mistakes that kill you before you even realize you screwed up. These are the visibility and awareness disasters that turn you into a hood ornament. Mistake number 1. Riding in blind spots like you are invisible. You know that spot right next to a car's rear quarter panel where you just hang out cruising along thinking everything's fine? Pros call that the kill zone. They mock you for parking there because when that driver changes lanes, you are not getting hit by accident. You are getting hit because you chose to be bait. Cagers cannot see you there. Their mirrors do not cover it. Their peripheral vision does not catch it. And when they merge, you get crushed. The solution? Stay visible or stay moving. Never camp out where you cannot be seen. Mistake number 2. Target fixation. This is the one where you stare directly at the thing you are about to hit. The guardrail, the pothole, the deer. Because your bike goes where you look, you ride straight into it, like a moth to a flame. Pros laugh at this because the fix is stupidly simple. Look where you want to go, not at what you are afraid of. Your brain and your bike will follow your eyes. Stare at the obstacle and you are kissing it. Look at your escape route and you will take it. It is that simple, but amateurs freeze and fixate until impact. Mistake number 3. Assuming drivers see you. Here's a fun stat. 66% of multi-vehicle motorcycle crashes happen because the car driver violated your right-of-way. You want to know why? Because you rode entitled instead of invisible. You assumed they saw you. You assumed they would check. You assumed physics would pause because you had the right-of-way. Pros don't assume anything. They ride like every car is actively trying to kill them, because that's the only mentality that keeps you alive. You want respect? Earn it by not getting T-boned. Mistake number 4. Not scanning intersections. Left turn killers are the #1 way riders die in multi-vehicle crashes. Some soccer mom in a minivan turns left across your lane because she didn't see you, and you blast through the intersection without covering your brakes because you had the green light. Pros scan every intersection like it is an ambush. They slow down. They cover the brakes. They make eye contact with drivers or assume the worst. You trust the light, and you get murdered by someone who was texting. Mistake number 5. Riding distracted and exhausted. You are out there checking your phone at stoplights, riding home after a 12-hour shift with your eyes half closed, convincing yourself you are fine. Pros pull over the second their focus drops. They know that delayed reaction time is the difference between swerving around debris and eating pavement. But you keep pushing, keep riding, keep gambling with your life until your luck runs out, and you become another tragic accident story that could have been avoided by taking a 20-minute nap. The visibility mistakes get you T-boned, but the control mistakes are where you embarrass yourself right before you die. Mistake number 6. Grabbing the front brake like it is a car. Panic hits. You see danger and your hand clamps down on that front brake lever like you are stopping a Camry. Except this is not a car. You lock the front wheel. The bike stands up. You either go over the bars or low side into whatever you were trying to avoid. Pros engine brake first, then squeeze the front progressively, and they actually survive emergency stops. When you grab everything at once, you turn yourself into a crash test dummy. The worst part is, you could have stopped in half the distance if you knew what you were doing. Mistake number 7. Poor corner entry. Late apex, target fixation, no vision through the turn. This is how most single vehicle fatalities happen on curves. You enter too hot, realize you are in trouble halfway through, panic brake while mid-lean, and either run wide into oncoming traffic or low side into the ditch. Pros set up early, trail brake into the apex, look through the exit, and come out faster than they went in. You blast in blind, hope physics gives you a pass, and end up wrapped around a tree wondering what happened. The road does not care about your confidence. Mistake number 8. Bad body position. Sitting bolt upright in turns like you are riding a cruiser through a parking lot. Your body is fighting the bike, your weight is in the wrong place, and you are making the motorcycle work twice as hard to hold the line. Pros shift their weight, hang off when it matters, and keep their head and eyes where they need to be. You stay rigid, overcorrect, and low side because you never learned that your body is part of the suspension system. It is embarrassing to watch and even worse to experience. Mistake number 9. Stalling at lights or low-speed turns. This is the universal sign that you have no business on that bike yet. The light turns green, you dump the clutch, the bike lurches and dies, and now you are holding up traffic while you do a panic restart in the middle of an intersection. Or worse, you are doing a slow U-turn, you lose momentum, you grab too much front brake, and you drop 400 pounds of metal on your leg in front of everyone. Pros never stall. They have mastered clutch control, throttle control, and slow speed balance. You are still figuring out which lever does what. Mistake number 10. No emergency braking practice. When the moment comes, and it will come, you are going to freeze and grab everything wrong because you have never practiced it. You have never spent 20 minutes in a parking lot doing hard stops from 30, 40, 50 miles per hour until it is muscle memory. Pros drill emergency braking until they can stop on a dime without thinking. You wait until a car pulls out in front of you, panic, lock the front, and crash into the thing you could have avoided. Mistake number 11. Reckless lane splitting. You weave through traffic like you are playing a video game, cutting between cars with inches to spare, and you blame other drivers when one of them changes lanes and clips you. Lane splitting is legal in some places, and it can be done safely, but not the way you are doing it. Pros split predictably at reasonable speed differentials and only when traffic is slow enough for you to react. You treat it like a race, you get mad when physics catches up, and you end up as another motorcycle versus car statistic where everyone blames you anyway. You cannot control your bike, and that is embarrassing enough. But the gear and preparation mistakes are where Darwin really starts collecting. Mistake number 12. Skipping gear because it is hot out. It is 95 degrees, you are sweating, and you convince yourself that a t-shirt and jeans are good enough for a quick ride to the store. Pros call this playing the road rash lottery with your skin, because when you go down, and at some point you will, that asphalt is a cheese grater moving at whatever speed you were doing. No jacket means no skin. No gloves means no hands. No boots means your ankle becomes a compound fracture. But sure, stay cool for those 10 minutes. The skin grafts will keep you warm later. Mistake number 13. Neglecting bike maintenance. Tires, brakes, chain tension, the holy trinity of not dying. Pros check these obsessively because they know catastrophic failure does not send a warning text. Your rear tire goes bald, you hit a wet patch, and suddenly you are sliding sideways into traffic, wondering why your bike betrayed you. Your brake pads wear down to nothing. You grab a handful when you need it most, and nothing happens. Your chain snaps at highway speed and locks up the rear wheel. All of this is 100% preventable, but you are too lazy to spend 15 minutes a week doing basic checks. Mechanics love you though. You are their retirement fund. Mistake number 14. Drinking any alcohol before riding. Here's the stat that should scare you. 28 to 43% of fatal motorcycle crashes involve a rider with alcohol in their system. But you're different, right? 1 beer will not hurt. 2 beers and you are still fine. Except your reaction time is slower, your judgment is impaired, and when that car pulls out, you are not making the save. Pros do not touch a drop before riding because they know there is no such thing as just a little buzzed at 60 miles per hour. You keep telling yourself you are fine until you are explaining to the police why you could not stop in time. Mistake number 15, riding without a valid license or endorsement. 34% of fatal motorcycle crashes involve riders who are not properly licensed. Think about that. A third of dead riders never should have been on the road in the first place. And before you say you have been riding for years without one, that just means you have been lucky for years. Pros get licensed, take the test, and prove they know what they are doing. Ride illegal, get caught, and you will lose the bike, and you will deserve every bit of it. Or worse, you crash, insurance denies your claim, and you are stuck with medical bills that bankrupt you. Mistake number 16, ignoring weather and road conditions. Rain starts falling, the road gets slick, and you keep riding like it is a sunny day. You hit a patch of gravel in a turn and wonder why your tires suddenly lost all grip. Experienced riders adapt instantly. They slow down, adjust their lean angle, increase following distance, and avoid painted lines like they are lava. You push through, convinced your skills will compensate, and you end up sliding across 3 lanes because you refuse to respect physics. Mistake number 17, no training after year 1. You got your license, you've been riding for a season or 2, and now you think you know everything. Your license means absolutely nothing. It means you passed a basic skills test in a parking lot at 15 miles per hour. Pros take refresher courses, advanced rider training, and track days to push their limits in controlled environments. You ride like it's still 2010, using techniques you half remember from your motorcycle safety foundation course, and you wonder why you're not improving. Preparation mistakes expose lazy riders who cut corners, but the ego mistakes, that is where most of you are going to recognize yourselves. Mistake number 18, overconfidence after your first season. You have been riding for 2 years now. You have put some miles down. You think you have it figured out. Here is the reality. 2 years does not make you a pro. It makes you a cocky rookie who is about to learn an expensive lesson. The statistics back this up. Riders with 1 to 3 years of experience have some of the highest crash rates because they have learned just enough to be dangerous. You are past the beginner fear that kept you cautious, but you have not developed the skills or judgment to back up your confidence. Pros know that real mastery takes decades. You think you have arrived after 1 decent riding season. Mistake number 19, riding over your head in groups. Group rides expose ego like nothing else. The faster riders take off, and instead of riding your own pace, you push beyond your limits trying to keep up. You are braking later than you should, entering corners hotter than you can handle, and making mistakes you would never make riding solo. Then you crash, or nearly crash, and everyone knows exactly what happened. You let your ego write checks your skills could not cash. Pros drop back when the pace exceeds their comfort zone. You speed up to prove something, and you end up proving you are an idiot instead. Mistake number 20, buying too much bike too soon. You walk into the dealership, see that litter bike sitting there, and convince yourself you can handle it. You have been riding for 6 months on a 300, so obviously you are ready for 180 horsepower, right? Wrong. That bike does not care about your confidence. It does not care that you watched every YouTube tutorial. When you panic and whiskey throttle it into a parked car, the bike will be fine. You will not. Pros start small, build skills, and upgrade when their abilities match the machine. You buy based on ego and learn why insurance costs so much. Mistake number 21st, speeding because the bike can handle it. 33% of fatal motorcycle crashes involve excessive speed, not just speed, excessive speed. And every single one of those riders thought they had it under control, right up until they did not. Your bike can handle 150 miles per hour. You cannot. Pros ride fast where it is safe, on tracks, on empty roads they know inside and out, with proper gear and an escape plan. You ride fast everywhere because the throttle is there and you cannot help yourself. Then you run out of talent in a decreasing radius turn and become another statistic that came out of nowhere. Mistake number 22, fixating on speed over skill. You can quote your 0 to 60 time. You know your top speed. You have never done a track day, never practiced emergency swerves, never worked on body position or smooth throttle control. You are a straight line hero who crashes at 30 miles per hour because you never learned actual riding skills. Pros spend time and money on track days, training courses, and deliberate practice. You spend it on exhaust modifications and bragging rights until reality checks you hard. Mistake number 23, thinking you are safe because you are experienced. This is the deadliest mistake on the entire list. Complacency. You have been riding for 10 years without a crash, so you start cutting corners. You stop checking blind spots as carefully. You stop doing pre-ride checks. You stop wearing full gear on short trips. You think experience makes you immune. It does not. It makes you comfortable. And comfortable riders get lazy. Pros stay humble, no matter how long they have been riding, because they know the road does not care about your resume. You get cocky, fate waits patiently, and eventually it collects. The brutal reality? Most of you recognized yourself in at least 3 of these mistakes, maybe more. Drop a comment saying which one you are guilty of. The pros reading this will know if you are lying. Hit subscribe so we can keep building a community that does not end up as donor statistics.